Hello, I am Shauna Gulbrand. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching or listening to this broadcast, this transmission, this recording. Wherever you are in the world, whatever time of the day or the night that it is, whatever it is you're doing, my hope is that you are healthy and happy and enjoying life to the degree you can. I also hope, as always, that you are taking action steps towards your highest excitements, those things that fill you with a sense of passion and purpose, those things that interest you, those things that you are curious about. As always, I will draw a card from the Spirit Animal Oracle at the end of this recording. Today is Thursday, December 29th. We are coming to the end of a calendar year, about to embark into the year of 2023. This is the time of the year that, as you all know, that many people set New Year's resolutions. And I know there's a statistic somewhere, I don't have it in front of me, of the percentage of people who set New Year's resolutions and the percentage of resolutions that dissolve by the end of January. I prefer to set intentions for myself. Now, intentions can be set moment to moment throughout the day, or they can be set for the day, for the month. I mean, it's completely up to you as an individual how you would like to set an intention. So for example, I'm going to be going out after this recording. When I get in my car, I can set an intention right there to arrive to my destination safely. I can also set an intention right now. My intention would be to be me, to do me, and not try to be someone else or try to talk about something that I think you want to hear, to be me. There's also the intentions for the day. Oftentimes when I wake up in the morning, I set an intention to experience or vibrate the frequency of something. So say confidence, for example. When I wake up, it's that intention. I choose to experience the frequency of confidence. I intend to be more confident. I intend to vibrate the frequency of confidence. So intentions. I'm not here to actually talk about intentions today. What I'm here to talk to you about today, or what I would like to offer you today, are some open-ended, thought-provoking questions that will bring you into a practice of introspection. But let me come back now to the intentions. What do you intend to do or to be or to have as you're closing out this calendar year of 2022? Let me just interject here for a moment, because I do not typically go from January to December through the calendar year. I prefer to work birthday to birthday. So my birthday is April 18th. I had set goals and intentions last April, and now I'm reflecting on those. And I'm also thinking about the next 4 months leading up to my birthday, where then I begin another year. So I just wanted to throw that out there. And maybe you too are like that you prefer to move through your life birthday to birthday rather than the calendar year of January to December. But the majority of people like that idea of January, brand new year, brand new me, brand new whatever. Have you taken some time to look back on 2022? Have you taken, or what time have you taken to reflect on maybe some of the challenges that you had, the more difficult experiences that you had during the calendar year of 2022. Are you willing to take some moments to reflect on how you moved through them, how you healed, how you overcame or transformed, moved through the obstacles, moved through the challenges, and became a stronger person, your own personal growth and evolution? How much time recently have you given to that? Oftentimes what happens is that we think, okay, we did this and now let me move on to this and that's behind me. Great, now let me move on to this and here's another challenge, and it's the action, next. It is important to recognize how you have grown, what you've gone through, how you've evolved, the strength and the courage that you have increased in your personal energy field, how far you've come over the past 12 months of your life. How much time have you given to celebrating your achievements and all of the wonderful moments that have happened to you and for you through the 2022 calendar year? So I just wanted to take this moment now to invite you to recognize you, to recognize the light that you are, the light that you radiate, even through your most challenging times. To look back over the past 12 months and celebrate and appreciate and recognize what you've done, how you've grown, the expansion of who you are. And then moving into 2023, what do you intend? I don't want to jump ahead of myself. I actually have some questions written here that I want to offer you as we, again, begin to inch closer to a new calendar year. I think 2023, my personal opinion is it is going to be a time of transformation and great change and a big rise in consciousness on this planet, and I am thrilled to be part of that. What I do here, the reasons why I record the podcast and these videos for YouTube is because it is an excitement for me. And I like to be of service in a way of offering you opportunities to change, offering you opportunities to live your light, to shine your light in the radiance of who you really are. My hope is that you'll take maybe one of these questions, maybe all of these questions into today, into tomorrow, into each day of the 2023 calendar year. So some of these questions, they are ones that you can certainly sit with your journal, sitting in stillness and quiet, keeping your phone well out of reach, to offer that space and that time for the reflection, for the awareness of feelings and emotions, for the space for, I feel like I'm saying for a lot, the answers, the clarity, the discoveries to emerge from within you or to surface from within you. Okay, so here are some of the questions that I have written in my journal that I wanted to offer you today. And the first one is, what lights you up? What did you just think of intuitively when I asked you that question? What lights you up? For me, it is this work that I do. This lights me up. It is permission slips that I use that give me the opportunity to know myself more deeply and more truly. But what lights you up? What is someone else doing, perhaps, that you could see yourself doing, and you kind of get that excitement about that? You're like, wow, I like that. Like, I want to be able to do that. For example, I love people who receive intuitive messages from spirit, who channel messages. I love that. And I absolutely could see myself doing that, see that being one of the services that I offer. Now, is it relevant for me to experience in this lifetime? I'm not sure. Is it a theme I've come here to explore? Quite possibly, because it's a huge excitement and it really lights me up. So I have been taking action steps on that excitement, on that thing that lights me up. Automatic writing, more meditation, journaling, also the use of tarot cards. I love tarot cards. So what lights you up? That's the first question that I wanted to pose to you. What's the next question I want to ask you? How willing are you to open to love? How willing are you to open to love? Now, maybe you've noticed, or you noticed when I posed that question, a sense of resistance. If you're really paying attention to your inner world, if you're connected to your physical body, you might have been able to catch a little bit of resistance there. And I'm saying that because I felt resistance in even bringing that to your attention. Really interesting. How willing are you to open to love? Need to stay hydrated. Can you be open to love? How willing are you to embrace the mantra, I am open to love? Now, love can mean many different things for many different people, very unique to you as an individual. What opening to love would look like, would feel like, would be like. I invite you to take that as your mantra. I am open to love. Most especially in those moments where you may be triggered into a strong emotion. That is definitely a theme I'm here to explore. I'm getting better at it. I'm moving from reaction to response. And what I do is I open to love. I remind myself of that mantra. I remind myself, I am open to love in this situation. And then I take a few moments to turn my attention inward. Quiet, breath, and I can do this in just a few seconds. And then activate the frequency or the vibration of compassion in my heart center. And this is a practice for me. Now, I'm not perfect. That's why we call it practices. I know I mentioned this. No, I don't think it was a recording I put here. Doesn't matter, but I mentioned this recently. It's not perfection. I used to say this to my yoga students. It's not yoga perfect. It's yoga practice. Same thing. Sometimes I'm able to really activate that frequency of compassion and open to love in a more challenging situation. Sometimes I revert right back to my old habits, the old consciousness, the old version of me. So it's a give and take, but can you be willing to be open to love? Are you willing to take that as your mantra? I am open to love. So that's 2 questions I've asked you so far. What lights you up? And how willing are you to open to love? Okay, what was my next question? As a follow-up, can I be love in the face of this? Can I be love in the face of this? So when something happens, you're triggered, strong emotion surfaces, you're all in your stories that you're creating in your head. Ask yourself, can I be love in the face of this? And if not, why? Why not? Why not can love be present? Okay, I have a statement here that I would like to share with you. When you do what's right for you, the universe rewards you. When you do what's right for you, the universe rewards you. When you move on from what no longer serves you, when you do the hard thing, when you force yourself to move forward, when you know a situation is no good for you, it's not right for you, it hurts, it's painful, the wheel of fortune will spin in your favor. Why do I bring this up now? What are you ready to leave behind in 2022? Ask yourself that seriously. What are you ready to leave behind in 2022? But you've had resistance around leaving it behind. This could be a relationship. It could be an addiction. It could be a compulsion. It could be a dead-end job that you've been in for far too long, that you've been afraid to actually separate yourself from. Relationships are a big thing. Personally, for me, I've had, I don't want to call it a habit, let me call it a tendency, even though if you're calling it a habit or a tendency, it's no longer a habit or a tendency, it's something you're actively choosing. So I would put a structure on relationships, and it took me a while to figure this out. And I want to say a quick thank you and gratitude to the idea of COVID, because it gave me the opportunity to do this work. It gave me the opportunity, because I was home, we were isolated, to do the internal work and to understand the relationship dynamics that I have been in and that I have co-created with. And some of them I've been able to walk away from because they did hurt. They were painful. I knew they weren't right for me. But it can be terrifying to walk away from a relationship. What I would do is I would put a structure on relationships. I didn't know I was doing this until I did the work around it and realized, oh, I'm putting a structure on relationships. I believe they need to be this way. And when my needs or my expectations weren't met, then I was left with disappointment. I also gave my power away a lot. I gave my power away to other people that looked more capable than me. Became codependent on certain relationships, gave my power away, and then it just started to feel not right. And I knew that as challenging as it was going to be, as challenging as it was, separating myself and moving on from those relationships turned things in my favor. So when you do what's right for you, the universe rewards you. This is what I'm talking about. It's what is right for you. What is right for you? Oftentimes we get caught up in this idea of, well, I don't want to upset this person. I want to meet their needs. But what is right for you? What is right for you? These last few days of December, what is right for you as you move into January of 2023? What are you ready to leave behind? What are you ready to walk away from? What are you ready to walk toward? Now, it takes courage. It takes confidence. It takes trust. It takes guts. It takes will. It takes willpower to move away from those things that no longer serve you. And I know if you're listening to this, which, by the way, if this resonates with you, like, subscribe down below. I would appreciate that. You've all heard that, well, if it doesn't serve you, then you have to let it go or walk away from it. But it's true, but it comes into alignment with what is right for you. I have a practice that was incredibly difficult to start, but now that I have, it's much easier, right? So it's that idea of coming out of a comfort zone and creating a new one. And the practice that I have, and this may sound harsh to some of you, to never, let me put it this way, to disappoint everyone else as to never disappoint myself. To disappoint everyone else so that I never disappoint myself. That is a beautiful practice that helps me be and live in my truth and in my integrity. It is a practice that guides me to be more of who I really am. Me. I'm on this earth for me. To know myself as deeply as I can, to express myself as often as I can. And if that means saying no, then I say no. It's no longer about, well, what kind of excuse do I want to make for myself so that I can say no nicely, so the person might not get upset. Screw that. It's not about that anymore. Thank you so much, but I'm going to say no. I don't need to give an explanation. No is a complete sentence. Sometimes, think about this for a moment. Have you been in your head creating a story of what you're going to tell this person when you could simply say, no, thank you, or no, or I can't make it? I know I've kind of went off there for a little bit, but this all comes back to what is right for you and allowing yourself to be strong and courageous and confident in what is right for you, and then making your choices, your decisions, your next right step, your next right action from that place. What is right for you as we come to the end of this year? What are you ready to walk away from? What are you ready to leave behind in 2022? Who do you want to be in 2023? Who do you want to be an hour from now? Who do you want to be tomorrow? How do you want to shine your light? How do you want to live your light? Who do you prefer to be? What type of person do you want to show the world, present to the world? How do you want to show up for yourself? Right now, in this moment, tomorrow, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, every day next year. What is right for you? It's two questions that just popped into my head that I want to share with you now. What are you open to? What are you open to? What are you ready for? What are you ready for? And these are questions that you can pose to yourself every single day. But as January 1st approaches, maybe write those at the top of the page of your journal. What am I open to in 2023? What am I ready for in 2023? Two fantastic questions that can be posed to yourself every day, maybe in the morning when you wake up. What is the echo in your heart telling you now? That's my next question to you. What is the echo in your heart telling you now? What is the message stamped on your soul? What is the message stamped on your soul? What have you come here to do? Who have you come here to be? How have you come here to be of service? What is the echo in your heart telling you now? What lights you up? What are your highest excitements? What is your right next step? That just intuitively came to me. That echo in your heart. What is it prompting you to do? I think that's all I had. Those are all the questions that I had. Did I have another one over here? I don't think so. Yeah. So those are the questions that I offer you as an opportunity to change something about yourself, to change something about your life. An opportunity, these questions offer an opportunity for you to know yourself more deeply and more truly, to be who you really are, not the person that everybody else wants you to be, or the person that other people have told you you need to be or you should be. No, who you are. You, the shining, radiant, brilliant light that you are. Your spirit, your soul, your connection to everything, your expression. How do you want to express the real, true, core, essential you during the calendar year of 2023? And this doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm going to do this all year long. I mean, you can. Maybe you have a word you want to take with you through the year that reminds you of the things that you want to do and the person you prefer to be. Maybe, again, it comes back to the intentions. January 1st, I intend to do this today. I'm going to take this day by day. I intend to integrate and incorporate and create new spiritual practices for myself. It might be physical practices as well. I just rejoined the gym yesterday. I'm going later today. Coming back into the practice of moving and exercising my physical body. It's been far too long. Taking it day by day. Here are my new practices. This is what I'm ready to leave behind. This is what lights me up. This is what it means to be me. This is what I'm open to. This is what I'm ready for. I mean, I've asked you, I've posed a bazillion questions to you. I'm going to take it day by day. I intend today to do this. I intend tomorrow to do that. Or maybe set that intention for the month. I was just thinking about that word for the year. And it's funny because confidence keeps coming up. But love, that was the one question I forgot to come back to. I am open to love. How willing am I? And I'm asking you to pose this question to yourself. How willing am I to open to love? Love for myself, love for others, love for challenges, love for life, love of this planet, love of oneness. What does the cards have to say? What animal is coming out? Beautiful. For those of you who are listening, I drew Eagle Spirit. Spirit has your back. Let me hold it up to the camera. I love the raptors. Trust. Trust that you've been taken care of up until this point, and that Spirit has your back. In fact, if you're sitting in meditation, if you're sitting in stillness, I encourage you to bring your awareness to your heart center, green, heart chakra, but also to your back. So imagine that beautiful green vortex spinning spiral heart center, heart chakra. But imagine it in your coming out of your back. So it's radiating out of the back of you as well as the front of you. And in that moment, remind yourself that Spirit has your back, that you are guided. You are never alone, ever, 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 ever. You have guides, angelics, councils, collectives. You have a team of those in spirit that are around you all the time, waiting for you to ask for help, to ask for assistance. It's there for you. You are safe in this world. It is very safe for you to leave behind, to walk away from what you're ready to move on from, because Spirit has your back. Remember what I said to you. When you do what's right for you, the universe rewards you. But it's also when you do what's right for you, the universe has your back. You may not understand it in the present moment, but in retrospect, when you look back, you can say, oh, that's why all that happened. Look at that. I left all that behind and this beautiful thing came in. And I know that for a fact through my own experience. There have been things that I've known I needed to let go of. I needed to walk away from, but I was afraid that nothing was going to fill its place, that nothing could possibly be any better. I don't know if I want to say it that way. How do I want to say it? That how would I find joy in those moments after letting go of this particular thing? So let me take cigarettes. I don't smoke, but let me take cigarettes, for example. Maybe you want to stop smoking. Maybe you want to stop drinking. And you have a fear of what is going to fill this space. If I'm not smoking, if I'm not drinking, oh my God, what am I going to do? How about social media? How many of you are ready to take a break from scrolling through your news feeds? But you have a fear. Check in. Are you noticing that? What will fill this? Eagle Spirit is here to tell you that something just as beautiful, if not more beautiful, will fill its space, will take its place. Relationships, If you're ready to walk away from a relationship, I encourage you to do the work. That means introspection, reflection, curiosity, honest self-examination, self-exploration. What role did you play in the co-creation? Because stop pointing the finger at someone else. You co-create with people. But if you are ready to say goodbye to a relationship, but you're noticing, oh, how can I do this? Eagle showed up to let you know that when you do what's right for you, Spirit has your back. The universe has your back. The universe always provides. The wheel of fortune spins in your favor. Eagle Spirit. I really, really, really love the Raptors. Love them. Okay. I think that's it. I've been talking for 36 minutes and I feel complete. I wish all of you a safe and love-filled, joy-filled, happiness-filled New Year's. And I look forward to bringing more of myself and my excitement and my messages of light and shine to you throughout 2023. So again, if anything resonated with you, please hit the subscribe button below, hit the like button below, maybe leave a comment. And I will end by saying, be in harmony and relationship with yourself first. Know yourself.